Last week, when we were at home, I had a great conversation with a reporter from one of the big cable news networks. And she had all sorts of questions, but they were personality, who's fighting with who doesn't like who. And I stopped her and said, do you realize how much of this year of all discretionary is borrowed? And she said, yes, David, I watched part of your speech the other day, and understand, none of my national audience cares. My producers don't care. Dear Lord, I hope that's not true. Because it's the single thing that wipes out a republic. Look what's happened over history. The debt is what destroys you. Maybe that's why we're terrified to talk about it. So once again, why this was important is a year ago. So let's go back, way back, like a year ago, May. This year we were supposed to only borrow about $980 billion, only. As of 2 weeks ago, our best math, because remember, healthcare costs had gone up dramatically. I think our math was in the first 7 months of this fiscal year had gone up, just Medicare had gone up 16%. Interest costs had gone up $130 billion, and now continue because we're even at higher interest rates than that previous calculation. And tax receipts had fallen like 10%, substantially because capital gain taxes. I mean, who's going to sell an asset when most of your gain is inflation? And there's historic precedents that during times of high inflation, people stop selling things because you're going to get taxed on not gain, but inflation. We were calculating that this year's borrowing was going to be about $1.8 trillion. Now with the Supreme Court ruling on student debt, take away $300 billion from that. So that's the good news. The terrifying news, once again, still is almost all of discretionary spending is on borrowed money. So let's have some more fun with math. It doesn't really change some of the outside economists' calculation from about 3 weeks ago. So CBO basically said, hey guys, well, you did the debt ceiling deal. You probably pulled down debt to GDP by about 4 points. Remember, we were seeing things we were going to be at the end of the 10-year window, 9 budget years from now, at about 119% of debt to GDP. Remember, that's publicly held debt. Let's make this point. When you see the number, it says there's a $32.5 trillion of debt. A few trillion of that is actually money we borrow from ourselves. This is the money that's in the healthcare trust fund. This is the money that's set aside for future benefits for veterans. We internally borrow that. Now, we still pay interest on it. Like when the Treasury borrows money from the Social Security Trust Fund.
Happy Friday, friends. This is a big Social Security update. Many retirees and seniors should prepare for this upcoming cost of living adjustment. Experts are now warning that this COLA bump may also affect Medicare and SNAP benefits. Some U.S. households may end up being cut from the program due to these changes. My friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for the complete details. I will be announcing several winners of the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Older adults are growing more fearful that the Social Security program will run dry. 3/4 of Americans older than 50 years old believe that Social Security will run out of money in their lifetime. That is up from 66% who said the same in 2014. Indeed, the Social Security Trust Fund will run out of money by the year 2034. That is well within the lifespan of many recipients, if nothing changes. That is worrying news for retirees, considering that 50% of people aged 65 or older live in households where more than half of their income comes from Social Security benefits, and a quarter live in those where more than 90% of their income is Social Security benefits. But what exactly is a Social Security trust fund, and what would happen if it ran out? Social Security benefits are paid for by a 6.2% tax taken out of workers' paychecks for self-employed people. From 1982 through 2020, the taxes were more than adequate to pay for benefits, and the extra went into a trust fund that generates interest. A lower birth rate and aging population means that every year there are fewer workers to support each retiree, and that hurts Social Security's finances. Since 2021, the program has been in the red. In 2022, it paid out $22 billion more than it took in. If the fund ran out of money, the program could continue to pay benefits, but the checks would only be 77% of what they are now. Politicians have put forward various ideas to reform the program and prevent its funds from running dry. In 2020, while running for president, Joe Biden proposed doubling Social Security payroll taxes for individuals earning $400,000 or more. That would buy 5 more years of solvency. However, Biden's proposed budget for the 2024 fiscal year did not include that or any other major changes to the program. Next year's COLA increase is also expected to affect Medicare. The main way that COLA impacts Medicare is that it can increase people's Social Security earnings, which may push people into a higher Medicare threshold. Now, according to economists, even if the United States economy manages to steer away from a recession in the next year, the housing market is not coming out of a deep freeze anytime soon. Fannie Mae, the government-sponsored mortgage giant, highlighted the stagnant U.S. housing market, with existing home sales down 18.9% year per year in June. Mortgage applications have fallen to a 28-year low. The firm has said that slowdown has largely been spurred by high mortgage rates, which have pushed buyers and sellers out of the market. That is likely to continue no matter what happens to the United States economy over the next 12 months. With an ongoing tight supply of existing homes for sale, and the recent rise in 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, which is about 7%, experts expect home sales in 2023 to remain the near lowest annual level since 2009, regardless of whether a soft landing is achieved over the coming year. Experts expect existing home sales to stay subdued and within a tight range. That is because the United States avoiding a recession means that real estate interest rates in the economy will likely stay elevated. This will influence mortgage rates to stay high as well. Higher rates have weighed heavily on the housing market as they slam buyers with a high cost of borrowing and discourage sellers from listing their properties for sale. Well, to my amazing and most greatest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday. My dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community and for joining me here every day. The 2 winners of today's Walmart gift card giveaway is Deborah Angel and Terry Strickland. Congratulations to both of you. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.